Okay. So take the bolster. Okay. Take the bolster and put the bolster toward the middle of the mat. Sit right over the bolster. Lay down over the bolster to have the shoulder blades toward the edge of the bolster itself. Allow the shoulders to move down toward the ground. Keep your knees bent with the feet as wide as the mat. You can put your arms in cactus pose or straight to the side, or even a little bit closer to the hips, whichever is more comfortable for you. So find your comfortable position for the arm and this rather comfortable position for the body. Push the back of the head away from the shoulders to lengthen your cervical spine. Close your eyes and let go. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes and let them sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face. Unclench your jaw and let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders, arms, forearms and hands. Relax your back, the muscles of your back and your spine, vertebra to vertebra. Relax your belly and the wall abdominal area. Relax your hips, groins, relax a bit your leg, feel the tip of your finger, of your toes. Still keeping the knees bent. Bring your attention to your breath. And observe every aspect of your breath. Which part of your body moves the most? Chest or belly? If both moves, which one moved first? Observe without changing anything. Observe simply to know yourself. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Inhalation and exhalation have the same length, or one of them is naturally longer? Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation. Small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause. And there too, observe. Is one of the 2 pauses longer? Observe also that your throat remain relaxed and open even during the pauses. Observe the effect of the bolster on your chest, expanding your chest to the side and opening it. Observe the effect of the bolster on your spine, allowing your spine to become a little bit more, a bit longer. And maybe even to feel more space in between the vertebrae. At the end of your next breath, take control and create a deep breath, expanding the chest at your maximum. Hold your breath for a few seconds and then release, allowing the air to flow out of your body. And again, inhale as deep as you can. Hold your breath. And exhale. Do it at your own pace. Listening to all sort of messages from your body. And focusing on relaxing the body as much as you can. One more time. At the end of the exhalation, interlace the hands behind your head. Bring the two elbows close to each other. Now I want you to kind of grab your feet down on the mat. So pushing. Inhale. And with the exhalation, lift your head just a tiny bit. Stay there. Feet firmly on the ground. And go down again. Heads down. Relax your body for a few seconds. Now bring your elbows close to each other again. Inhale. And with the exhalation, lift your head. Keep your feet firmly on the ground. Beautiful. And down again. One more time. Inhale. Bring the two elbows close to each other. Exhale. Lift your head. Stay there. Relax. Roll on your right side. Push with your left hand. And come back up. Sit over the sit on the bolster. It's kind of comfortable. That's what we just did. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, belly in. Put your hands on your thighs and create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Create a fluid movement. You need to do it fast. Just do it in a fluid way, softly. Turn also on the other side. Okay. Now, inhale with the inhalation. Tilt your hip forward, arch your spine, lift your arms up, and push the thumbs back. Look up, 3 breaths. And come back to the starting position. Okay, now I want you to lift your arms just a tiny bit over the shoulders. So not just up like we did before. Good, frozen. Okay, so not just like up as you did before, but a little bit lower, trying to expand a little bit more this area, so the upper chest, okay? So inhale, lift your arms, but just above the shoulders and push the thumbs back. 3 breaths. Put it back, put the arms back as much as you can. And relax. Now, roll the arms outward. Inhale, tilt your hip forward, arch your spine and push the thumbs back. Look higher than your eye level. 3 breaths. And relax. Put your hands down on the ground. Inhale. With the exhalation, tilt your hip backwards, around your spine, push with the hands against the ground. And stretch the muscles between the shoulder blades. Inhale, tilt your hip forward, arch your spine, slide the shoulder blades over the waist, and look higher than your eye level. Kind of activating the muscles between the shoulder blades. Exhale, stretch your back. Push with the hands against the ground. Inhale, tilt your hip forward, arch your spine. Push the sternum forward. Activate the muscles between the shoulder blades to push it even more. And one more time, exhale. Look at your belly. Inhale. Look higher than your eye level. Okay, good, 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 good. Now, move the bolster. Put the bolster toward the front of the mat. Seat on the back of the mat, over your heels. Put your hands over the bolster. If it's round enough, you can let the bolster roll forward. Keep the arms straight, but keep the shoulders away from the ears. And push or let roll your bolster forward. Keep the arms straight, allow the head to move down toward the ground. And stay there. Three breaths. At the end of the third breath, bring the bolster back closer to your body. Tilt your hip forward, shoulder blades down, look higher than your eye level. Okay, just breathe. Now, keeping this extension of the spine, push or let roll your bolster forward. And again, lower your chest, lower your head. Keep the arms active, 3 breaths. At the end of the third, bring the bolster back again. Put your left hand in the middle of the bolster. Move the left shoulder to the right, right shoulder to the left. Lower your right hand like you want to touch your left feet and look behind your right elbow, shoulder. 3 breaths. And now go back to the other side. So right hand in the middle of the bolster. Move the right shoulder to the left, left shoulder to the right. Straighten your left arm down and push it to the right, to the right feet. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, look behind your left shoulder. And back to center. Now again, put your left hand in the middle of the bolster. Move the left shoulder to the right, right shoulder to the left. So the starting is exactly the same. Now roll your right arm inward, bend your elbow, slide the back of the hand, the right hand, to the left, like you want to. Slide your hand inside your thigh, your left thigh. Can happen or not. This is not important. The important is the direction. So you can also keep the back of your hand, of your right hand, toward the left side of your belly. Look behind, 3 breaths. And again, to the other side. So right hand toward the middle of the bolster, right shoulder to the left, left shoulder to the right. Roll your left arm inward, bend your elbow, slide the left hand to the right. Try and grab your thigh or even fabric, or you can just keep the back of the hand in contact with your right side of the belly. Look behind, 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, come back to center. Push again the bolster forward. Keep the arms straight and active. Lower your chest, lower your head. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, lift your body up, bring the bolster a little bit closer. And now lift your buttocks and put your elbows and forearm over the bolster. Interlace the hands. Keep the elbows a little bit closer compared to the shoulders. And now create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Look on one side and on the other side. Okay, now bring the 2 knees together. Inhale. With the exhalation, round your spine. Lift your right shoulder and move the right shoulder to the bolster. Try and touch the bolster. Okay, now straighten your right leg back. And draw the right leg gently inward to keep the hips squared. Exhale. Knee to bolster, so you will have the shoulders moving forward. Then push with the elbows against the ground and straighten your leg again. Exhale, knee to bolster. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, knee to bolster. Inhale, straighten your leg. One more time, exhale, knee to bolster. Inhale, straighten your leg. Keep the legs straight. Push with your elbows against the ground. Push the sternum forward and look forward. Just stay there. 3 breaths. Okay. Lower your right knee. Lean on the right leg. Inhale. With the exhalation, tilt your hip backward. Lift your left knee and move the left knee to the bolster. Inhale, straighten your leg, push with the elbows against the ground to move the shoulders back again. Roll the leg inward to keep the hips squared. Exhale, knee to bolster. Inhale, straighten your leg. 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 Keep the legs straight. Push with the elbows against the ground. Push the sternum forward and look forward for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, bend your left knee. Now, straighten your right leg again. But now, move the right feet to the right to touch the ground as high as you can. Yes. And now, back. And now move the right feet to the left. As much as you can. Okay. Right again. Left again. And one more time. Right again. And left again. Good. Knees bent, knees together. And on the other side. Straighten your left leg. Move it as much as you can to the right, to the left, and now to the right. Good. Left, right. And one more time, left and right. Good. Seat on your heels. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, create circles with the hips and spine, both on one side and on the other side. Now, do you remember that a few minutes ago we just did this, then this, and then this? Now we're going to do it again, but quite fast. So we're going to show you and then we're going to do it together. With the inhalation, you start lifting your arms up and look up. You exhale. You inhale again and you open the arms roughly at shoulder level, pushing the arms back. Then exhale, round your spine. Inhale, lower. Okay, so 3 levels. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So let's start. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up, push the thumbs back. Exhale, relax and round your spine. Inhale, lift your arms at shoulder level and push it back. Exhale, relax. And now inhale, lower arms, but as back as you can, lift your chin. Exhale and relax. Okay, now we're gonna keep on using the bolster, but in a completely different way. So we're gonna lay over the bolster to keep the bolster roughly around the shoulder blades. So the shoulder will be free to go down toward the ground, but it will be an active pose. So keep your knees bent, feet as wide as your hips or a little bit wider, but not too wide. Lower your chest over the bolster. Keep the bolster roughly under your armpit. So the armpit is free. Interlace the hands behind your head. Lift your hips. Push gently your torso toward the head back, and allow the shoulders to move down toward the ground. Allow also the head and hand to go down toward the ground. If you're touching the ground, then allow your elbows to open to the side. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, bring the 2 elbows close to each other. Lift your head and look at your knees. 3 breaths. Look at your knees. And now really slowly, still keeping the elbows close to each other, allow the shoulders and head to go down toward the ground again. When you reach a maximum, or when you touch the ground, stay there for 3 breaths. If you're touching the ground, you can allow your elbows to open to the side. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, bring the 2 elbows close to each other again. Lift your head. Lift your shoulders also, so activate a little bit more your abdominal muscles. And now allow the hips to drop down. Keeping the elbows close to each other. Move the back of the head up, kind of stretching the cervical spine, but keep the shoulders away from the ears. 3 breaths. And relax. Put your hands down on the ground, lift your body up. Now, create small circles with your head. Really small circles. You can also sit on the bolster if it's more comfortable for you. Create small circles with your head. So we kind of stretched our cervical spine, and now we're giving a bit more freedom to the cervical spine. Turn also on the other side. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. Push the back of the head up, but still keeping the shoulder blades down. So you're kind of creating a gentle traction of the cervical spine, and keeping this gentle movement. Find the drishti right in front of you. Lift your right arm, bend your elbow and grab your left ear. Without turning your head, use the weight of your right arm to stretch from the left ear to the left shoulder. Keep the sternum lifted and shoulders down. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, still keeping the sternum lifted, roll the left arm outward and push gently the thumb back. Keep the sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. And relax. Take your time to come back to the starting position. Create gentle circles with your head and observe the difference between left and right side of your neck. And now we're going to stretch the other side. So lift the sternum, push the back of the head up, but keep the shoulders and shoulder blades down. Find your drishti. Lift your left arm up, bend your elbow, grab your air, and use the weight of your arm to stretch from the right ear to the right shoulder. Keep the sternum lifted. Yes. 3 breaths. If you feel like it, keep the sternum lifted. This is 100% to do, but you can also push the back of the head gently up, so you will deepen the stretch. And now roll your right arm outward and push the thumbs back, keeping all the other movement in place, especially the lifting of the sternum. And just relax. Take your time to come back to the starting position and create circles with your head, gentle ones, soft ones. Turn also on the other side. Okay, since we still have the bolster next to us, we're gonna keep on using it. Elbows over the bolster, just like we did. But now I want you to tuck the toes under and straighten your legs to create the plank pose. Yes, beautiful. Activate your abdominal muscles, push with the elbows against the ground and look a little bit forward compared to your bolster. Not too much, just to avoid the tension on the neck. But don't look down, because otherwise your spine will be not as straight. Stay there. Now, really gently, still in this position, allow the hips to drop down just a few centimeters. And then push with the elbows against the ground and against the bolster and lift your hips again. Now lower your hip again and push it back in plank pose. Down and back in plank pose. One more time. Down and back in plank pose. Bend your knees. Grab the bolster, put the bolster in between your legs. And just lay down over the bolster. Turn your head to the right for this supported Balasana. Stay there. Still keeping this position, turn your head to the left. Allow your body to relax. Now, lift your torso, move the bolster toward the middle of the mat, crossing, so the traverse, and enter a tabletop position with the bolster under your belly. Okay. Widen your knees and feet just a tiny bit, roll the arms outward, slide the shoulder blades over the waist, tuck your toes under, inhale. With exhalation, lift your buttocks and push the chest toward the toes. You may have the bolster in the good position to give a bit of support on your head, so you can rest your head on the bolster. Keep on pushing the chest toward the toes. And relax. Go down in tabletop position again. If it's not a good position, but it's not too far, you can move the bolster, maybe to find a better position. Roll the arms outward, slide the shoulder blades over the waist. We're going to do it again. Inhale. And with exhalation, enter Adho Mukha Svanasana. Yes, beautiful. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, tabletop position again. Move the bolster away from the mat. Inhale. And again, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk back with your hand. Put your hands on the waist and come up. Now, activate your abdominal muscles. Just like we did in the plank position, we're going to do exactly the same thing. Keep your hands on the waist, still keeping the abdominal muscles active. Push the hips forward and back to vertical. Forward and back to vertical. Keep the abdominal muscles active to control the movement and to keep the lumbar spine healthy. One more time. Okay. Now, keep the 2 feet together for Tadasana. Lift your toes. Move the big toes down and up, 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 down and up. Keep the big toes down and the other lifted. Keep it there. 3 breaths. Keeping the big toes down, touch with your pinky finger or a pinky toe down to the ground and lift it up again. Pinky toe down and up. 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 Keeping the other still lifted. Just the big toes touching firmly on the ground and the pinky one touching and lifting, touching and lifting, touching and lifting. Now spread your toes and let your toes rest down on the ground. Just notice all the muscles that you're activating and that you're activated around your feet. Sometimes we have the legs we can feel the legs heavy. Often just doing this kind of movement will reactivate the energies and will help keep the legs light. Now tilt your hip backward, lifting the pubis and moving the tailbone down. Keeping this movement in place, push from the point between the shoulder blades to the sternum, pushing the chest up and the shoulders gently back, still keeping the tilting back of the hip. So activating the abdominal muscles, you can keep a straight line, a vertical line, and you can kind of grow taller. Keeping those two movements in place. You can also push the back of the head up, stretching the whole spine. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, still keeping all those movements in place. Lean on the left leg, find the wristy, lift the right knee, grab the right knee with both hands, keep on lifting the sternum, shoulder blades down, belly in. Stay there, 3 breaths. Really slowly, lower your right leg, back in Tadasana. Still keeping all those movements in place. So belly in, tilting back of the hips, push from the shoulder blades to the chest, back of the head up. So still keeping all those movements. Lean on the right leg, lift the left leg. Grab the knee with both hands. Keep on pushing the sternum forward, shoulder back and down. Stay there. Activate your abdominal muscles to keep the lumbar spine healthy and long. And really slowly come back to the desk. Widen your leg, twist it in a bit. We're going to do exactly the same movement that we did seated. Lifting the arms up, then lowering down, and then opening at shoulder level, and then down, and then opening back. Keep the abdominal muscles gently activated to keep the lumbar spine healthy. Inhale, and with the inhalation, lift your arms up, push the thumbs back. Exhale, relax. Inhale, bring the arms at shoulder level and push it back. Exhale and relax. Inhale, roll your arms out and push the thumbs back. Exhale and relax. Okay. Hands on the waist. Keep the feet a little bit wider than your hips. Keep the belly in. Tilt your hip forward. Look forward. And stop with your shoulders parallel to the ground. Stay there. Come back up. Do you have yoga strap or belt or, yeah, so take it. Put the belt behind your buttocks, palm of the hand facing forward. Okay, a little bit wider than your hips. Keep the feet a little bit wider than your hips. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. Push the hands a little bit back, but especially down. Belly in, tilt your hip forward. And stop with your torso parallel to the ground. Push your hands back. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, tilt your hip forward even more. Lift your hands up to the sky. Yes, beautiful. Stay there. Now, allow the spine to round and allow the hands to move. Now, on the other side, back. Yes, beautiful. Okay, last moments. Bring the hands toward the buttocks. Lift your torso. Good. Now, put your hands right behind the buttocks. With the center, shoulder blades down. Push the hands back, gently back, and down. Firmly down. Belly in, tilt your hip forward. Stop with your chest parallel to the ground. Keep on moving the hands back. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, tilt your hip forward at your maximum, still with your spine straight. Lift your hands. Now, listen to the messages of your body. So without pushing too much, allow the spine to go round and allow the hands to move forward a little bit, but without pushing too much. 3 breaths. And at the end of the 3rd breath, come back up. Move the belt. Remove the belt. Hands on the waist. Keep the 2 feet together. Tilt your hip forward. Still keeping the spine as much as you can straight. Lower your chest at your maximum. Whatever it is, it's not important. When you reach your maximum, bend your knees and allow the hand to drop down. It can touch the ground or not, this is not important. But I want you to relax the areas of your lumbar spine. Relax your neck, close your eyes, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, bend your knees firmly to have the hands down on the ground. Walk forward just a tiny bit with your hands. Okay, now lean gently forward to have a bit of weight, more weight on the hands. Lean on the left leg and straighten both legs and lift the right leg parallel to the ground. 3 breaths. Roll the right leg outward and lift it up even more. Gently lower your right feet Bend your knees again. Lean on the right leg. Lift the left leg and straighten your leg. Stay there. Now roll your left leg outward and lift your leg even more. And now come back with both feet down. Bend your knees, put your hands on the waist and come back up. Widen your leg just a tiny bit. Bend your knees, create circles with your hips along the spine. Both on one side and on the other side. Okay, now roll both legs outward. Lift your heels, bend your knees and go all the way down. Put your hands down on the ground. Allow the chest, beautiful. Allow the chest to drop down in between your knees. You can put your feet closer to each other if they're a little bit too wide. Okay, yeah, better like that. But keep the knees a little bit wider in order to have the chest, to have the space for the chest to drop in between the legs. Feel the stretch on your back. Okay, relax and take your bolster again. So now I want you to put the sacrum, so not the buttocks, but the sacrum over the bolster and allow your torso to drop down. Okay. So the sacrum is completely supported by the bolster. Stay there just for a few seconds. And if you feel ready, straighten your leg up to the sky for Viparita Karani, supported Viparita Karani. Salamba. Viparita Karani. Keep your arms relaxed. Your feet right above the hips to have the legs as much as you can vertical. Stay there. And there, try and find a compromise between the activation of the muscles that you need to use to keep the legs straight and in line. But maybe you can find a version where your muscles are active just at the minimum, the bare minimum. That's allowing your body to relax a little bit deeper. Even in a position, even in an asana, even in an active pose. Keep your eyes closed. And feel your body. Observe the feelings, the emotions. And walk on this compromise where the muscles are just at the bare minimum of activation. You can even relax your belly. The sacrum is fully supported. So once that you found the verticality, you will feel that you can relax several muscles. This is just the bones that will keep your position in line. Maybe it's not easy at the beginning, but become aware that you can relax some muscles. Now, really gently bend your knees and bring the knees toward the chest. You can use your arms to bring it toward the chest. You can keep the knees closed or open to the side, whichever is more comfortable for you. So even there, listen to the messages of your body. Stay there. Kind of decontracting the whole spine. Very gently straighten your leg again. Just for 3 breaths there. Keep the legs vertical as much as you can. At the end of the 3rd breath, bend your knees and again, allow the knees to move toward the chest, either with the knees together or open to the side, whichever is more comfortable for you. You can also use your arms, if you want to decompress your lumbar spine. Really gently roll on your right side. Move the bolster along. Keep the 2 knees together. Still laying down on your right side. Knees bend. Put your right hand outside of your left knee. Lift the left arm up. Turn your head to look at your left hand and allow the arm to drop down behind you. Try and relax. Close your eyes. And count 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, change side. So roll on the left side. Put your left hand side of your right knee. Lift the right arm up. Turn your head to look at your right hand and allow the arm to drop down behind you. 3 breaths. Try and relax. Back to center. If you want to, you can bring the knees toward the chest and roll on right and left side. Otherwise, you can move straight to Shavasana. You can use the bolster behind your knees to give us support, or behind your thighs to give us support, and find an even more relaxing version of Shavasana. Allow your body to let go, to relax. Just for the first moments, try and feel your spine.
a bit straighter, long on the ground, completely supported. At the end of Shavasana, I'm going to chant the mantra. And at the end of the mantra, I'm going to guide you out of the pose. Till that moment, just relax. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Saka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Slowly, start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. Bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before sitting comfortably for the chant of 3 Om. You can also sit all on the bolster. That's good. But today I want you to put one hand on your chest because I want you to really feel and touch the vibration created by the Om. So keep one hand on the chest, the other one you can put in Anna Mudra or Chan Mudra. Keep your eyes closed. Inhale deeply. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.